former U.S. Air Force photographer said he was involved in a UFO cover-up. He says, "You weren't there, but I was." Former Air Force photographer Robert Jacobs said he was involved in a UFO cover-up. He led a team to film rocket launches in high resolution, and the aim of the high-resolution filming was to understand why a lot of rockets exploded on the launch site in those days. While speaking with retired Air Force Captain Robert Salas of the Paradigm Research Group on alien interference in nuclear testing, Jacobs described what he was able to capture on September 14, 1964. According to the photographer, his job was to use an ultra-high resolution camera to record an American missile capable of carrying nuclear weapons as it flew over California at about 8,000 miles an hour. To make sure it went unnoticed by the Soviet defenses, the missile was equipped with an anti-radar system. However, the next day, Jacobs admitted he was summoned to his office by Major Florence J. Mansman because of the notes he had made. At first, not understanding why he was being interrogated, after watching the video, the photographer soon realized the problem. The footage showed a UFO in the shape of a saucer shooting rays at a U.S. rocket. Jacobs added that the boss was adamant, saying that what he saw should never be talked about, and that, as for the photographer himself, he should forget about what happened. The meeting was also attended by 2 CIA officers. Major Mansman abruptly responded, "You are never to say that again. As far as you're concerned, that never happened," and was subsequently escorted by Dr. Jacobs to the door. He recalled him saying, "I don't need to remind you of the seriousness of the security breach." I said, "No, sir." But as I left, he leaned over to speak in my ear, as if to say something the guys in the suits couldn't hear. He said, "Lieutenant, if you were ever tortured in the future, somebody has you up against the wall and they're frying your privates with fire, you can tell them this, it was a laser tracking." But we never had laser tracking in 1964. The man received threats and ominous phone calls. However, he believes that, quote, "the footage is the most important event in the history of mankind and therefore does not regret revealing the secret," end quote. Retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Dr. Robert Jacobs says he recorded high-resolution footage of UFO firing beams of light. Now, in the interview with CNN, Jacobs described the footage as 2 oblong objects stacked with a golf ball on top. According to him, the UFO fired a beam, believed to be plasma, at a dummy warhead and knocked it out of space, he said. "Tell me in 1964 who this tech buddy is, not us, not the Russians, and no one I know," he said. "We never had laser tracking in 1964. The journalist suggests that the photographer was still lying about the incident, but Jacobs shut down these claims. "I was there. I saw the film with my own eyes. Why would I lie?" he said. "I'm a university professor with a PhD and a lot of years of good, respected research. So don't call me a liar. You weren't there. I was," he said. He concluded, "We are not alone." And this is from Solask. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.